Hi everyone, it's Katie here. Welcome back to another practice. Today we're doing long hold yoga poses for the lower body. This will be a great way to get a nice deep stretch, increase your flexibility and relax as well. For this practice, you might have a blanket on standby. We're going to do frog pose today. So your knees are going to be on the mat and it can make it a lot more comfortable if you have a blanket ready to go. As always, if you're a beginner, you can have some cushions or yoga blocks nearby as well. So for this practice, we're going to start in Cobbler's pose. We'll be sitting on the mat, so that's where you can get your cushion or yoga block to sit on. And then you're bringing the soles of your feet together, making a diamond shape with the legs here. The further away you have your feet from you, the easier this is going to be. So you can figure out what is going to be sustainable for you. This is a long hold practice, so make sure it's something that you can hold for about 3 minutes here. Your back is up nice and tall, and don't press your knees down here, just let gravity do the work. Once you're settled, you might close your eyes, connect to your breath, and observe whatever sensations you're feeling within your body here. You can stay as you are. If you want to get a bit deeper into your lower body, you can start to fold forward, dropping your nose down towards your feet. Encouraging your mind here to get into yoga mode, so not running away with whatever thoughts are coming up. Trying to distance yourself from those thoughts. Anchoring your awareness into the sensations of your body or into your breath. We'll stay here for a few more moments, so really try to enjoy every second that you have here in this pose. When you're ready to come back, take a breath in, bring yourself back up tall. You might lean back on your hands here. Slowly bring the knees together, and then we'll do some windshield wipers. So your feet are hip distance apart. With an exhale, drop both knees to one side. Inhale to pick them up. Exhale to the opposite side. We'll do a few more like that, just getting rid of any little bits of tension from your lower body. When you're ready to come back, you can set yourself up for a wide leg forward fold. So your feet are as wide apart as is comfortable for you. You can keep a bend in your knees here if you need to, and you can even have the soles of your feet on the floor if that's what's going to work for you. Same thing again here, you can sit up on a cushion or a yoga block if you need to. We're just going to stay here like this just for a few seconds. So take a few full breaths in and out. Noticing all the new sensations within your lower body now. Next breath in, you can lift your hands up towards the sky, lengthen up through your spine, rotate towards the right leg. As you exhale, fold over that right leg. Now, it doesn't matter how far down you can go here, just do whatever works for you. Encourage your nose towards that right knee. We'll hold here. As we hold this pose again, you're anchoring your awareness into your body, into your breath. Maybe each exhale will help you to sink a little bit lower. Relax your jaw, your neck, and just let everything get heavy. Last few breaths here. You can use your hands maybe against the floor here. Take a breath in and slowly roll yourself back up. We'll take it to the other side. So inhale to reach up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, rotate left, falling over this left leg and encouraging your nose down towards the left knee. Keep sending your breath into your body wherever you need it the most. Exhaling to go a little bit deeper. And again, your next inhale can prepare to bring you back, slowly coming up. Now for our last fold, we're going to go straight down the middle. So inhale to lengthen your spine in your seat, and then exhale, walk your hands away, drop your nose towards the mat. Taking your last few breaths here. Now an inhale can help you to come back up, pushing yourself away from the floor. We'll do some windshield wipers again, so your feet might need a little bit of assistance to come back in beside each other. Lean back on your hands. Exhale to drop the knees. trying not to lose that connection to all of the sensations that you're feeling here. Keep following your breath. This time you're using it to power your movements. Whenever you're ready, you can make your way to tabletop pose. So you're coming onto all fours. Spread your fingers wide apart. Keep your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Push yourself away from the mat and then engage your core slightly here by gently pulling the belly button back towards the spine. Now we're going to make our way into cow pose. So with an inhale, point your tailbone up, drop your belly, bring the chest forward and look up. And since we're doing long hold yoga poses today, we'll hold here just for a few breaths. Noticing how your breath feels in your body here. And just the difference that this pose can make when you hold it for a long time. You might not be used to holding cow pose. Take one more big breath here, expand your rib cage. On the exhale, point the tailbone down. Round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest and drop the head for cat pose. And we'll hold here too. You might notice the more you can push yourself away from your mat, the more of an opening you'll feel through the back of your shoulders. Keep your tailbone pointing to the mat. It might be tempted to come back up here as we hold. One more big breath in. And then you can start to come back to center, back into tabletop pose. And from here, we're making our way to frog pose. So this is where you might have your blanket. As I mentioned, we're keeping the knees on the mat here. So I find a blanket is definitely helpful here. Then we want to have the knees as wide apart as is comfortable. This is a really, I won't say really intense hip opener, but it can be quite intense. So just take your time with this. Do whatever you can. There's no right or wrong here as long as you're just feeling good as you do it. So knees are wide apart, shins are parallel to each other, so there's a straight line between the ankle and the knees, and then point your toes out towards the edges of your room. You might come down to your forearms here, so straight away we're starting to feel that hip opening. And you can just stay here, find your breath, notice all of these sensations. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can start to drag your hips back. Now, if you need to come out of this pose before I do, that's no problem. You can make your way to child's pose and we'll all meet there. But for now, just finding the sensations, finding your breath. Try your best just to sit with whatever you're feeling here. Noticing if you're gathering tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your face. Try to drop everything. Let gravity do the work. And that includes dropping any train of thought that you might be on. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, you can prepare to bring yourself out of frog pose. It might take a little while to get there. We're making our way to child's pose. So let's ask those knees to come back beside each other. We'll keep the knees together and you can sit back on your heels, reach your hands towards the front of your mat, and then drop your forehead towards the mat. Alternatively, your hands can come back to rest next to the feet. We'll take a few more breaths here in child's pose. From here, we'll travel ourselves into downward facing dog. So hands back towards the front of the mat. Start to drag the hips up and back, curling your toes onto the back of your mat. And before you hold this pose, you might just paddle your feet, maybe sway the hips from side to side. Do whatever you need to do here. And then as you prepare to hold your downward dog, you can take a bend into your knees, point your tailbone to the sky, release your head towards the mat, push yourself away from your hands so you start to stretch all through the back of your body and connect to some really full breaths in this pose. So this pose is, of course, a great pose for your hamstrings, your calves, your lower back. So keep sending your breath all the way into your lower body. Maybe each exhale helps you to drop your head a little bit lower. Doing really good. Downward dog isn't as easy as it seems. So again, just try to sit with whatever you're feeling. Nothing lasts forever. Let's walk our feet towards our hands now. We'll make our way into a standing forward fold, feet staying parallel to each other about hip distance apart. Knees can stay bent. Let your hands hang low or they can hold opposite elbows. Release your head, loosen your jaw, and let's pause here. noticing all those stretching sensations within your lower body. You can play a little bit by shifting your weight towards the front of your feet if you want to open up your hamstrings and calves a little bit more. Staying here just a moment longer. Each inhale lifting you up slightly, each exhale helping you to sink a little bit lower. Tucking your chin to your chest, we'll start to very slowly roll ourselves up, just one vertebrae at a time. Back of the neck, the last part to straighten up. And then we find ourselves here in mountain pose. So you can bring your feet together or close to each other. Have your arms down alongside your body with your palms facing forward. We'll take a few moments here just to really feel how it feels to stand. So you can lift your toes and maybe spread them, so when you bring them back down to the mat, your foot is a little bit wider. And then press into all four corners of both of your feet, giving yourself a strong foundation. You can close your eyes here or just relax your gaze. Feeling your body trying to balance here. And just let it do what it knows how to do. Lift your kneecaps here slightly so you'll feel your quad muscles engaging, giving you that extra support. Point your tailbone down towards the mat and then imagine the crown of your head is starting to reach up towards the ceiling, so you've got a little bit more space between each of your vertebrae. Now relax your shoulders away from your ears. Tuck your chin slightly towards your chest. And take a few long breaths here. Keep pressing down through both of your feet. Keep pulling the crown of your head up. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, you can gently start to open up the eyes again. So as always, I do encourage you to come back down and lie on your mat. Let your body just soak in the benefits of all the poses that we did today. If you want to do a guided relaxation, I do have a video that will help you to do that. So you can go and click into that if you have some time. Otherwise, we'll end our practice here. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you liked this practice. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would love to practice with you again in the future. So until then, have a great day and goodbye.